Normally, when you see people queuing up around the corner for a new tech product, it's probably an Apple product, but not this week. This week saw 50 to 100 people around Australia lining up for an electric car, the new Tesla car. But here's the weird thing. They haven't driven it. They don't really know what it looks like. They also don't even know how much it's finally going to cost. And they were lining up to hand over money to be first in line. So what is it about that brand that has such an effect on people? And will the product at the end of it stack up to those expectations? Let's find out. Our panel this week is Matt Beachy, is the founder of Startup Daily, and Claire Riley is a journalist with the technology website CNET. This is a weird commitment. What is it about the Model 3 that kind of provokes this passion, Matt?
Well, it's sexy. It's like the sexiest car that I think exists at the moment.
Have you looked at the damn thing?
Well, there's
You
some
don't have to drive
videos
a
of people
it's
driving
good.
it, but it could mean the end of petrol cars. Like there's actually big shifts from an environmental perspective, from a social conscious perspective, and that kind of thing, which I think that people really buy into. And I think that what Tesla has done is done a really good job of making sure that they, have more expensive vehicles and that kind of thing to begin with. And you see, the people in Silicon Valley that can afford the $200,000-$300,000 Tesla model and drive it around. And now this is accessible to me and good quality. Elon Musk is a visionary and people want to align themselves with that.
Musk definitely has the vibe of Steve Jobs reincarnated, but without the turtleneck. Mm-hmm. Although I'm sure he'd look very good in a turtleneck. Claire, is the brand around Tesla as potent as, Apple and, 20 years ago, do you think?
Not yet, potentially, but it is going to get there much quicker than Apple took to get from the 1985 commercial to today. People are willing to line up because the luxury around the brand, they get the halo effect from the previous Model X, Model S, and the Roadster. The premium positioning of the brand has taken electric vehicles from something that was we remember that South Park episode about the smog in the air. Suddenly everything's changed and electric vehicles are cool and they are sexy, and that was really important. I was at the launch of the Model S in Australia and playing kind of like Rocky-esque music as everyone runs up on the stage to get their key for the first 10 cars that are out in Australia. The specs behind it are good. I think people were willing to line up because Elon Musk and Tesla, they really do just create this, the product's here. Oh, yeah, and it's awesome, by the way. Here's our Powerwall home battery storage solution. It's fantastic. It absolutely beats the competition. You can have it now. And it's not as expensive as you thought it might be.
Where are we at with the practical side of it in terms of, being able to charge them throughout Australia at the moment? Like if you let's say hypothetically, if you've got one of these right now, what are your options around the nation at the moment?
Well, the only one that I know of is in North Strathfield,
right?
Charging station-wise. But I actually think that they're investing a lot into Tesla infrastructure and in building charging stations and that kind of thing. They've done it quite well in America.
There are thousands across America. On the east coast of Australia, they started in Sydney. They've done kind of premium partnerships with the Star to get superchargers in the Star. They've moved...
It's the hotel, yeah.
Yeah, the Star Casino and Hotel. They've moved up north with the idea of bridging between Brisbane and Melbourne. You'll be able to go without worrying about charging. They have done in sort of smaller stations, places like Port, Gundagai. So the only issue is getting across the mountains, going west. That's going to be your issue. But if you're moving between the big cities on the eastern seaboard, they say you'll be fine. Plus you can charge at home.
What's your timeline, the two of you, on how long it'll take electric cars of this nature to go completely mainstream?
As we know, Elon has open sourced everything about Tesla. So there's no excuse for other car manufacturers to, and I'm sure that they're all working on some sort of thing now.
There's a lot in the US.
I think when it becomes competitive to buy one and when Tesla has actual competition from existing car brands, that's when we'll start to see that mass adoption. That's when we'll start to see that it's something that might replace petrol cars altogether.
I reckon we could see 2030. It's much more mainstream. Obviously, it requires the charger network, but in the US, we've already got Nissan and I think Chevy are both working on models, and they're quite happy for Tesla to be launching the Model 3 because it brings competition. It kind of lifts
It's
all
a little
boat.
bit like how when Netflix launches in a country, it gives rise to all the competitors because
Yeah.
the category lifts all together.
That was a much better way than saying lifts all boat, as I just tried to say. But the rising tide lifts all ships. As you know, there's growth in the category. It's going to be good for everyone.
It's always fun when you have a stroke, love, man.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I want to buy one. So, there's the market sorted already.
There is lots more to this discussion. You can find it all on the audio edition of Download This Show, which is on the RN website, surprisingly enough, right now. Thanks, guys.